Welcome back to Mike Rock Uncensored. If you are enjoying the content, as always, please do me a huge favor. Hit the like, subscribe, and follow button so that you can receive all the latest updates as soon as I can get them uploaded to you. So, I'm supposed to be enjoying my day off, and it's not happening because there's too much bullshit going on in the world right now. So, I just find out that I'm going to lead you into this one because I want you guys to kind of see things from my perspective. That is kind of the whole point of why I do what I do. So let's just go into the story and I promise we're going to get you there. I mean, the story itself is not funny, but like I said, when you deal with stuff like this for so long, you're standing up for people's rights. It's funny to see just how out of tune people are with reality sometimes. 4 girls were hurt during unprovoked stabbing attack in AMC movie theater near Boston. Suspect was arrested. Now again, this is from CBS News. We know that they're left-wing news media. They're part of the problem. But let's go ahead and keep reading what they had to say. A male suspect has been arrested in connection with a stabbing that wounded 4 girls in an AMC movie theater south of Boston Saturday, authorities said. CBS Boston has learned that the same suspect may be responsible for a similar incident, which may have occurred at a McDonald's restaurant in Plymouth. A man stabbed 4 girls inside a theater at an AMC multiplex in Braintree at around 6 p.m. local time, the Braintree Police Department reported. Braintree is located about 12 miles south of Boston. Police said the man entered the multiplex without a ticket, went into a theater, and then attacked the 4 girls ages 9 to 17 unprovoked. The girls were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, police said. I went over to NBC News. Same thing. 4 girls stabbed in apparently random attack at Massachusetts movie theater. Now, with everything that they could have told you, and this just goes to show you how biased these news channels are and how much they support these political agendas. So instead of giving us the news like they should be, just give us the facts about everything that's been happening, whether you agree with the political agenda in place or not. Give us all of the information. They are picking and choosing what we need to hear, because what we should be hearing are things that don't support their narratives, so they conveniently leave those parts out. So who was the suspect? The suspect in the stabbing of 4 girls at an AMC theater in Massachusetts has been located and arrested. His name is Jared Ravizza. Allegedly, Ravizza is a transgender activist who identifies as a woman. After fleeing the theater, he went on another stabbing spree at a McDonald's. Authorities say that Ravizza is also wanted in connection with a homicide in Connecticut. You won't hear much about it because it doesn't fit the narrative. This is this person. That's what he looked like when they arrested him. This is
to be okay
another
to recover. They range in age from 9 to 17.
got the bedazzled hat
just out
and
to see a
the
movie on a holiday weekend.
very
Police
shiny
say they
lip
did
gloss.
nothing.
By now, you guys should already know where this is going. They don't want to tell you that this person was trans, and I think that is information that we need to hear. Why? It doesn't matter. He committed a heinous crime. It was an unprovoked attack. It was on minors from 9 to 17 years old, minor girls. And you want us to be okay with allowing the trans community into the private spaces with our daughters, with other women. The simple truth is, man, we all have our own beliefs. Your belief that there is a binary gender or a non-binary gender is not scientifically supported. Let's just leave religion out of this for a second. Scientifically, there are only 2 genders. You can't prove your side. So why are you asking me to not only support your belief, but to also change my entire life, force things like pronouns and allowing men to now invade women's spaces in the locker room and in the bathrooms with little girls just to support your narratives. If you can accept the fact that scientifically there are only two genders, this isn't transphobic. We're talking about scientific fact. And if you can accept that fact, then anything else beyond that has to be some kind of mental issue. You even call it a mental dysphoria. So until we handle that mental issue, why are we letting people with mental issues into positions that could prove unsafe to the people that we are allowing their spaces to be invaded by? It just, that doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sorry. I am a father. I am here to protect my kids, and I will be damned. Sorry. I will be damned if I allow my daughter to go into a bathroom with a man who has the mental issue and believes he's a woman. Those mental issues accumulate, they escalate, they turn into things, could potentially turn into something like this, violent. Never mind everything else. This should not be allowed to happen. But instead of addressing the issue head on, the news media would rather just hide it from you. They would rather act like it doesn't exist. But if it was somebody that they believed was a white supremacist, that would be the headline. White supremacist stabs 4 children inside of an AMC theater. Donald Trump stabbed 4 innocent girls inside of an AMC theater. If it's someone that goes against their narrative, that is the first thing that they mention. But the things that the people need to hear, things that the people need to hear to keep us safe, because it doesn't fit their narrative, they feel like it's okay to conveniently leave that part out. If you guys don't understand that the government is not working in our favor, they are working for themselves. We're at the point now that there is enough evidence to show you that the government lies to us on a daily basis. It isn't just the Democrats, it's the Democrats and the Republican from the old regime. All of those older people that have been in office for decades, they have a stranglehold on us, and they don't believe that there's anything that we can do to correct the wrongs that have been made by them. We're humans. We make mistakes. If you supported a group like Black Lives Matter or the things that happened, that supposedly happened to George Floyd, and you find out later on that you were duped, that wasn't your fault. You were led to believe that these things happened and transpired in a certain way because that's what the government wanted you to see. That we've all been duped. I have been duped many times in my life. And part of the reason why I am now conservative and vote with the Republicans is because I am tired. Once you open up your eyes and start to see what the Democratic Party has been doing to us all this time, it is impossible to unsee it. And I really believe that a lot of Democrats and liberals refuse to open up their eyes because they don't want to have those regrets. They don't want to look at the consequences of their actions, of the people that they voted for, that then turned around and continued to dupe them and ruin people's lives and careers in the process. They don't care who they throw under the bus. This is a much longer story that we need to go ahead and start connecting the dots together with, so that, again, regardless of what you guys think of me personally, you may not always agree with what I have to say, but what you do have to know about me is that I started doing this because I am working on the side of the people. I don't claim to know it all. I don't claim to be an expert, but I do trust my instincts. I can read a certain thing and decide that for whatever reason, the math is not adding up. And then I go into investigative mode and I want to find out why the dots aren't adding up. And then, unlike these other experts and politicians and everything else, they would rather speak in big words and so that you don't understand and just go ahead and decide to trust them simply because they know you don't understand what just happened. Me, I would rather, and I don't mean this as an insult, I promise, but I would rather take that information and dumb it down so that we all have a better understanding of what's really going on so that we can all have our own actual opinions about who we need to vote for and what we are voting for, because what we are voting for is more important than the character assassinations of both Biden and Trump. We need to do what's more important for us as a people. It's not these little agendas like whether you're a man or a girl. And I'm sorry, whether you want to believe it or not, it's not even about abortion rights. At the end of the day, you guys want to get mad at Trump because they reversed Roe versus Wade, but all they really did was return the power back to the states. I do agree it needs to be a conversation. I do believe that women should have rights over their own bodies. But I also believe that there needs to be a compromise, that the discussions need to be had, and that we as a people need to come together and do what the election system is supposed to work for. Vote on it. Make it happen that way. Agree to disagree. And once we're off the battlefield, then we can go back to being friends. I remember days like that. We need to get back to days like that. You guys have a great rest of your day, man. I hope this is making sense to you guys. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Peace.